So we're here at Gen Con 2024 with designer David Thompson. Thank you so much for connecting. We had a chance to meet at the Circle DC convention, and we're really excited to hear about Callisto and how well Undaunted 2200 and how well it's doing. So selling out in 5 minutes every day. So that's awesome.
No, it's been great. OSPREY brought a very small number of Callisto and a very small number of Wars where we occupied France. And so they were, here for the first time for either, and we're running demos of both. And like you said, they've sold out quickly. So hope people have been enjoying it. So it's awesome. It's a great feeling.
So we have a flash quiz for you. Okay. 10 rapid fire questions, just whatever comes to mind. All right. Okay. Number one, what's the best gateway game for new gamers?
Oh gosh. Okay, the best gateway game. I think anything like a Splendor or a Zool, those seem to hit all the time. It's basically what my wife likes to play.
Okay.
She will never get beyond that gateway level, and that's fine. But those I don't think have ever led me wrong.
Okay, that's great. What's the best grandma game?
This is an interesting question. So both of my grandmothers passed away when I was really young. So I don't like a literal what did I play with my grandma? I don't know.
Well, you could pick an aunt or
So when I think of my grandmothers, I think of my extended family, and I think of this is going to sound crazy, but they're the ones who introduced me to trick-taking games. So when I think of like a grandma game or my extended family, I think of playing spades and hearts, like traditional trick takers. And I'm from the South originally, so I didn't grow up with euchre, but I've been introduced to it. And it's interesting, but it also is its own world. I would think of the old traditional trick taking games.
Okay, nice. How many years have you been coming to Gen Con? When was your first one?
So my first Gen Con, I used to live in the UK from 2014 to 2018.
Okay.
So I've come every year since, so 2018 on, with the exception of COVID.
Okay. So do you remember what game stood out for you in that first Gen Con?
Well, for me personally, it was one of my first game releases. So it was War Chest was releasing, and so it was really cool. My first Gen Con experience, I got to be here for the release of one of my first Steam designs.
Wow, that's awesome.
I am not a cult of the new guy at all.
No.
So I would never come to Gen Con. I love you, Gen Con, but this is not my convention. I'm not a shopper. So I like being here because of today I get to meet people playing the games. I'm more of a gaming convention kind of guy. So like a Circle DC or whatever, where you're getting to meet your friends and play games you wouldn't play otherwise.
Okay, that's great. So you have the chance to introduce Arnold Schwarzenegger and Lady Gaga to a board game. What do you choose?
Oh gosh. Wouldn't it have to be something crazy Fortress? Not Fortress Europe. What's the crazy old Ameritrash game where everybody's attacking America?
Fortress America.
Fortress America. Something crazy like that, right?
I like that one. Lots of dice, just a bucket of dice.
Absolutely.
If you could meet any board game celebrity, who would it be?
Oh gosh. Okay. I got to meet Mark Herman in person, but I've never met John Butterfield in person. And John Butterfield's my idol.
That's
so
awesome.
I would probably, this is going to sound so silly, but I would probably be too embarrassed to go introduce myself to him, because I'm a very introverted, shy kind of guy. And I'd be overwhelmed with his awesomeness. But it would be John in person. We've chatted on videos before.
Okay. All right, that's perfect. Now, if you could introduce me to a single game right now, what would it be?
Oh gosh, this is a good thing. If we were just going to go away and play a game,
let's say we did.
Oh gosh. So the game I've been playing a lot lately, I play with my kids, I play with my friends, whatever. It's a game called Prey Another Day, P-R-E-Y, Another Day, and it's just a 5-minute little bluffing card game. It was designed by a couple of friends of mine, but it is it's the fantastic sit around and drink a beer, play a game with your friends, play it 5-10 times in a row. So it's just a game for us. And we've met a couple of times. We'd like to chat over beers or whatever. It's a great game for us. So that's the game that I would. It's the only game I carry with me.
Oh, is it? Okay, well there you go. That's right. Do you ever let people beat you at games? And if so, who and why?
Okay, so I don't play games a lot. This is the cliche thing. I'm a designer. I play games. It's true. I have a couple of buddies who I get together with once a month and we play. Otherwise, it's with my kids. So I play a lot with my kids. I never let them beat me, but what I will do is I will put myself in a disadvantaged position to begin with.
Oh,
so
nice.
I'm disadvantaged, but I can play as hard as I'm able to.
That's a
right?
good way
So everybody
to do it,
still gets
actually.
something out of it.
Yeah, I like that. And you can really have bragging rights when you win, right?
That's right.
Then you're like, sorry kids, I crushed you, and I had the disadvantage. So that's good.
Yeah.
Name one game you'll never play again. It doesn't have to be a bad game. It's just not one for you.
Okay, so I don't play a lot of long games, so maybe like Twilight Imperium, something like that, because it's not a bad game, but I just have like anxiety about getting into a game for like 8 hours.
Yes.
I'm like, well, what am I think about all the other things I could be doing for 8 hours.
Yeah.
So maybe like Twilight Imperium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dice or cards?
Oh my gosh.
If you had to choose, you can only choose
Cards.
one. Cards?
Cards, because I can control more in a more discreet way, right? So yeah, I think cards.
All right. And what is your best board game memory?
Oh my goodness. Okay, best board game memory. Let's think about this.
This is always a good one. It makes speaks because everyone's trying to pull from this massive reservoir of options.
I have no idea.
Well, maybe favorite recent board game.
Okay, so
memory.
favorite
Let's do
recent.
that.
So I'll say this because I can think about it right now. This morning, as we talked
that is
about,
recent.
very recent.
Okay.
'Cause I have a horrible memory. This morning, as we were talking about, we sold out of Undaunted super quick.
Yeah.
So everybody was queuing up, and there was a young man. He was probably like 12, and he came running down this aisle. And he's like, "Is this where I get Undaunted?" And we're like, "Yeah, this is it." And he was like screaming for joy that he got into line in time to get Undaunted.
Oh, wow.
So just
That's
seeing like, I mean, it's cool to see everybody excited, but to see somebody that's like 12 years old excited about the game that you made is like, it doesn't.
Cool.
It takes a lot.
Yeah,
to
that's
talk about.
awesome. Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this quick flash quiz. And,
absolutely.
You passed with flying colors. So
Okay.
All right. So don't forget to get out there, get gaming, and be legendary.